Representing Chichester, we have a player who's played in the Commonwealth in Australia and Scotland, representing GB. She's also been recently in the semi-finals of the Ipswich 5K Open. Would you please welcome, currently ranked 73 in the world, Alison Thomson. Okay, and her opponent for Coolhurst has kindly stepped in at the last minute. Unfortunately, Donna couldn't make it this evening, but we sure that we can actually have a full squad complement for this evening. Representing Chichester, this man plays currently first division for Wimbledon and also for Cumberland. Would you please welcome Wilde. And his opponent has been the finalist in the Gibraltar 5K. His highest ranking in the world has been 150, and he has nothing to prove, he says. Would you please welcome, currently ranked 214 in the world, Mulvey. Oh, that's good. I like the enthusiasm. Okay, the number threes. Let's bring out for Chichester. This man currently is ranked 183 in the world. He's represented GB at the World Universities Tournament and has nothing good to say apparently. Would you please welcome Jenkins? And his opponent this evening, firm favourite here at Coolhurst. He's got to 3 PSA finals, winning one of those, a 5K. His highest position has been 105 in the world. This man is a big motorcycle fan. Would you please welcome, currently ranked 155, Joe Green! Okay, so on to number twos. This chap has won the British Juniors. He's been in the semi-finals, the Chateau Semillon, the 5K, and has got to the final of the Wimbledon Cup. Would you please welcome, currently ranked 180 in the world, Tom Walsh. Okay, and his opponent, recently been in the semi-final 10K of Valencia. He's been PSA finalist a couple of times. He's number 3 in the Czech Republic. Another firm favourite here. Would you please welcome Ondrej Uherka. Okay, and finally on to the number ones. This man from Chichester is no stranger here to Coolhurst, has been here himself and has been here a number of times with the PSL. Always a warm welcome for this chap, very nice guy. He's been the British Open champion over 35s, or currently is. He's been 10 times a national racquetball champion. Would you please welcome Vail. And finally, his opponent, hopefully we'll get a rousing reception. He has 6 PSA titles. He was in the last 16 recently in Qatar. He's been a silver medalist at the Commonwealth Games. Currently number 41 in the world, Adrian. Yeah. Okay, we're going to kick off with the number 4s first. Just in case you have been under a rock somewhere, we are now playing only best of 3s, not best of 5s, and as a result, all the action is going to be taking part on the hot court here, the Coolhurst Cauldron, as we like to call it. But do feel free to go and check out court number 2. There's a pop-up bar, and food over there. So if you'd like to go check it out, maybe buy some bits and pieces. One of our sponsors is selling some appropriate squash items. I think he came, okay? I knew you were going to ask me that question. It's called mysquash.com. Thank you. I'm so clued up. It's my first one, what can I tell you? Okay, so I hope you have a great evening. Do enjoy it. Do check out the food next door. The bar also has a TV if you fancy kind of a journey there, and you can catch up on the squash all the time. We're streaming it live into the bar and the back door. Have a good evening. Okay, so let's have a big round of applause for our first match, Wilde and Mulvey.
So, hello PSL fans. Apologies for my late start on the commentary. Just sorting out a couple of players with a practice court, so hot-footing it off there. So we have an interesting matchup here with Jamie Wilde, who I'm not disrespectful to him to say that he's, I guess, what you call a good amateur. Plays league squash, Middlesex, and for Cumberland, and also plays for Wimbledon down in the south. Certainly going toe-to-toe with the professional, Mulvey. Both of these players stepping in for both teams, respectively, quite last minute. So big thanks to them both, really. So it's quite a hard-hitting affair at the moment. Jamie Wilde certainly likes to crack the ball. Didn't quite see that decision. Anyway, replaying the point. Yeah, so as I say, John likes to crack the ball one. And fortuitous in the way that it's best of three. So you're not training every day, as I suspect he probably isn't. It would be difficult probably to do that for five. We'll see if the good trick post, but well read. Again, really striking that ball. Really likes to he's given time off the tee, just off the tee into the service box areas. He's going to kill that ball. So, just to see whether Nick tries to play a bit more angle and slow the ball down. Ooh, a nice shot, particularly playing it from behind himself. Probably slightly fortuitous though. It's a sort of semi-Nick, I'd call that. Again, pounding that ball hard. Gets a nick there, the boast. But yeah, I'd say we haven't seen a huge amount of variety from Jamie. He's getting it pretty straight with the odd boast when he's in trouble. There of thinking he's got to put it away at that point. I mean, it's good to see attacking squash, but maybe a percentage shot or played in a more percentage way. Still going for a kill, but not inch perfect. So first stroke. We'll maybe have a look at that stroke decision in a bit. Good retrieval. Let's get under the cosh now. Okay, shot the kids without trouble as he mullers that ball. Too close to that one. What most club players do, get too close to the ball in the back. Seems to get that back. Exchange there. Good, he played it. Ooh. So it was a bit more mixed up so far in this rally, but more out of desperation. Oh! Again, probably slightly fortuitous end there to the rally. Kind of lunge out, and it sort of died more from just a blocking shot. Played in a kind of defensive manner, really. So, will Jamie keep the pace up? Oh, and he's just tried something there, no mate. Now that's either a sign of he's thinking a bit more, using a bit more angle there, or is he maybe tired from smashing that ball? Oh, good improvisation. I wouldn't say that the ball is being played, although it's been played quite straight, it's not terribly tight to the ball at the moment. Oh, we were lucky. Oh. nicely dispatched. A looser ball, a bit hopeful. Aerial wasn't really in the right position. Didn't really do much with the feet, more of a I'll have a go at that. I do wonder if Jamie is feeling it a little bit. Nick still looks reasonably fresh. Ooh. But then that was felt slightly not thinking there. That was a sort of, well, I dare say, a lazy mistake, but didn't seem fully focused when playing that shot. Difficult to tell from here, of course. You might refute that and say he was fully focused. Tidying it up a bit more. Trying to stretch Jamie. Oh, that's nicely tidied up by Jamie. Oh, probably a bit more patience there. I'm not sure that's a clear-cut winning position to be in. Dare I say it, if you don't have the weapons to hit the nick as freely. So try and keep it tidy. Oh, that was superb. Superb shot. And a game-winning one. Let's maybe just have a look back at that stroke decision. We're hoping to maybe engage a bit of replay here. Okay, so we're just going to have a quick look at that stroke. It's on the wide, unfortunately, but here we go. Yeah, pretty clear cut. Just wasn't squared up properly enough, Jamie, there to play a proper shot, really. Just trying to play the ball across himself, and of course, it's then hit the side wall, just pinged back at himself quite obviously, unless Nick was floundering in the front backhand corner on the left-hand side of the court, it was always going to be a stroke, and that's actually probably where Nick was standing. So nothing really contentious there, although nice to look back at it. So we're into the second game, and remember that this is a best of 3. So if Jamie wins this game, that's it. Game over, as it were. So Nick's got to pull something out of the bag for the home team. And here we go. It's a good pick up there from Nick. Regrouping in the rally. Say look pretty much like a stroke to me. But we had a slight pause there from the refs. And going for that kill drive. And Mendez. We haven't seen much of that attempted by Jamie, and I think the other time he did do it, it also was down. So I don't know if that's a lack of confidence or just match practice. But as we've already established, he clearly prefers the length as a winner. Pick up from Nick. Almost. Okay, it was a little bit haphazard. That's a great drop though. I'll take it all back about the drops. It was a superb drop. So 1-2. Rare boast there, and a great drop there from Nick. So I mean, it didn't look like he was moving too quickly. So maybe there's a movement issue for Jamie. Again, he's got that slam dunk there and hard drive to try and get the nick. So I let there all few sucks in from the crowd there, not agreeing with that decision. I suspect that was more to do with home support than the decision. We'll look at that one again later, but I'm not terribly sure that it was fully round and committed to playing, but I could be wrong. We'll check that in a sec. So there we go. This is looking a little bit more accurate down that wall. And oops, should have spoke too soon. But certainly that early exchange was looking more tight than we'd certainly witnessed. Forward Nick. Flat-footed, started going down the forehand. Slight hold there from Jamie. Slightly different, and actually hit with a bit more consideration. Wasn't just wellied. Oop. Yeah, could be the danger of trying to welly the ball all the time. So sometimes you're off balance. Trying to hit it as hard as you can. I mean, we've all been there as club players. Trying to think I'm going to smack this hard, and of course you're not fully positioned. You're hitting it on the move potentially. And it goes any old place. So it looked like Nick wasn't actually ready for the serve there, and he's in control of this rally. Slightly high, but squeezed nicely. Oh. Probably kicking himself for not taking it early, and he looked like he was going to. Jamie there. Okay, so accuracy, calmed it down a little bit. Definitely the physicality would seem to have dissipated a little bit. We're not going constantly hard. And again, as I say that, Jamie smashes the ball. Counter drop. Oh, nicely found. I was going to say probably would have been better actually with a straight backhand drive there, but actually had a nice bit of weight on it. Caught that wall nicely to the back of the court. That's what you want. So it's not about always the hardness of that ball. It's judging the pace, at any level. Not quite sure what happened there. Not really feet in the right place. Ball kind of came out at him and caught him again. Good shot. So Again, that was more about placement, it seemed to me. Didn't look like he was trying to kill the ball and break it. It was hard, but nowhere near as hard as we've seen. Oh, it's a good reach. Take it back what I said about the drops from the volleys in the last game. That was a great one. Oh, nice length. Oh! Slight choke there. Not happy. That was a bit lackadaisical into the front. He's still in the rally, Nick. Put himself under a bit of unnecessary pressure there. Oh, going for the big hit. That's very honest there, Jamie. These have been read as up, and we've seen them being called up. Difficult to always tell, of course. That, sorry, that was just cut around that. I'm not quite sure what happened there. Didn't actually see it. We cut just as the moment happened. So apologies. It's a nice lob. Always a great drive. Length. When he does look sometimes quite lackadaisical, but I do like watching Nick, and he's got a sort of natural swinging ability that he seems to be putting a huge amount of effort into what he's doing. It seems quite measured, but sometimes I wonder if it's a lack of concentration. You sort of lose a bit of focus, possibly. Oh, and again, there's the big one. Well, when it does work, when it's, as I said in the first game, if he's getting that ball, if it's not a full length, he is going to welly that ball. I think that was, certainly from the camera angle we had it, that was looking optimistic for Nick. But the crowd aren't very happy. And that's again, suspect it's because it's the home crowd. We'll maybe have a look at that from, I know we were on the, probably not on the wide, but we'll try and have a look at that one. See if we have time though. Bit better, it'll still be a bit more accurate here, both guys. More good reaction, volley. Great pick up from Nick twice there. Fortunately, he didn't quite give himself space there, Nick. He had a slight advantage. Jamie's chasing it down. Best rally of the match so far. there. It's a good rally for Nick to win, and as the pro, there's a bit of banter going on the court. I don't know, maybe called him old man. I think Jamie is slightly senior to, well, I know he is. Great length. I think Jamie is really feeling it though, but he's 9-all. He's in theory 2 points away. So if he can, is he going to throw the whole dice and go for hell for leather? A shot like that, I suspect yes. Bad cut, sorry, apologies. Oh, he played it. I think he was just throwing his racket out. I think he was about to ask. That looked very weird. But he won it. So, this to square stuff up. Heartbreaker, I suspect, for Jamie if he does. Oh, it's a solid drive there on the volley. Yep, so too clear. Sorry, just slightly laughing at Jamie's walk. Tired. We've all been there. We're thinking, what am I doing on this court? I want to be at home. Or in the bar. Still got some venom in that drive. Oh, that's a tidier one. Loose boast there from Nick. Too lackadaisical. It's better tidied up. Oh, James a little bit stretched. Going to get a let there. I think I missed that. Maybe talked over the let, but I'm pretty sure he said let. He's gasping. It's nice and tight. Good squeeze. Yeah, I was going to say it'll be followed up with a whammer. Oh, just a bit too far. I think it might have just clipped the top of the tin actually. So hard in a way at these moments if you're kind of throwing your all at it. Whoa, and there he goes. Superb, Nick. Physically you're done in and your brain is trying to persuade your body to keep going. Obviously with the end in potential sight it's a bit easier. Not that it's easy, but it's just a bit easier. So again we've gone to a slower, tighter, and I guess really Nick's got to just keep it tight. Jamie's probably the pressure's on him really to go for it, to win, just out. This is probably the tightest we've seen. That last one wasn't, but yeah, certainly making better contact with the side wall. That was a lovely, lovely volley. Well done. It's just quite simple. Bit of a heartbreaker, as I say there for Jamie. I'm just gonna go off air for a second. We've just got to tweak a camera. Okay, so we're back. Sorry, just a little bit late tweaking a camera. So interesting to see if Jamie has recovered. I guess once we get to the sort of 5-6 point, it'll become telling. He's won the first one. Oh. Bit of a throwaway, really. I don't want to be too critical, but obviously if you see your opponent's somewhat struggling, you want to. Oh, it's a great shot there from the back, and he'll be taking more of those. As anyone that's played the game and been tired will know that he can't quite be bothered to play the hole, get it to the back, and if there's a cheap point on offer, you'll take it or have a go at it, certainly. It's under the cosh here. Oh, that was out. Yeah, see, even from that angle. Yeah, so you will generally take that if you can. The thing is, though, you also become mentally tired and you start making lazy shots when you're going for those. We've often all been there, I suspect, when we tinned the ball from trying to get a cheap point. Invariably, yeah. So just stretching. It's shots like that where the tiredness is really going to tell. You're just asking that little bit too much of the body. And this is more of what Nick should be playing. I was going to say. Yeah, he played the right shots and then tried to be too clever and play a cross-court drop whilst looking the other way and trying to do it to fool the guy. But really, I mean, in those situations, I mean, I have sympathy because I've done this myself. I've tried to outsmart my own body, not just my opponent's, but just this simple drop. You just want to sap the guy's energy even more. You can see he's on the ropes. quite a struggle to get the ball for him. Yeah, I mean, he's not trying to disguise the fact he's tired. That was more like it. More percentage is what you really want. Oh, he's not backing it up there, Nick. Just waiting. Assuming it was going to be a winner, which is really dangerous at this level. And that's lovely. And that's the thing. If you, even when you're tired, if you can mentally keep focusing, then you will produce winners and still be able to apply pressure. And it's pressure then that will bring mistakes from your opponent potentially. That's the theory, because I could never get it to work. That's good. Again, more percentage. I'd just like to see Nick a little bit more ready to go with the ball. It sometimes is too lackadaisical. I mean, I love it when he's under pressure and he plays sometimes that way and he produces amazing shots from nothing. But in some ways, when he's then on top, he then ends up making mistakes and unforced errors. It's nicely taken there. Needs to back it up a little bit more, I think. That's it, nice percentage. Oh, probably trying to be too smart there. The length would have been better. Yeah, but just keep moving into the four corners. That's all you got to do, really. Easy said and done. It's all very well waxing lyrical from where I'm sat. Oh, again, that's being tired. Really. Wait, if you're not ready, take the ball. Give it back to them. Serve that again. No, I'm not ready. So, I wonder if Jamie possibly should have been doing a bit more of this in the first game. Just playing with a bit more consideration. It's really interesting that he's now playing more thoughtfully now that he's tired, Jamie, than in the first game, where he probably could have done with mixing it up a little bit more rather than the sort of one dynamic of bashing that ball. Ooh. Went for it. So 8-4, you'd have to... It's Nick's to lose, you'd have to say now. Oh, that was a bit fortuitous. So 9-4, 2 away. It's a good volley. Yep, and that's it. Just keep it nice and simple. Match ball. Well, went for the flash finish. And it's there, and he did what was needed in the end, but it did take a bit of time, I have to say. But well played to them both.
Let's hear it one more time for Nick and Jamie, please. Fantastic match. So we'll be seeing the number 2 shortly. Just going to give Mr. Wipey a moment to alone a contemplation.
Okay, so we're just having a quick look at some of those points, a little bit of a highlight. So there's the end. Sorry, I was out doing my comparing bit. There's only two of us doing all this camera stuff, and we are multi-skilling. So you have to forgive us sometimes that we're not quite ready with some things, doing the job of 5 people, 2 of us. Anyway, so yep, a little bit of a highlight. So next we're going to be seeing Ondrej and Tom Walsh, the number 2s. I'm going to run out in a second and announce those guys. So just forgive me again, please. we're back, and it's the number 2s. So this will be interesting. Tom Walsh against Ondrej. I gather the last time these two met, Tom won 3-love. So interesting to see whether Ondrej's worked out what to do to come back. And you'd have to say already that the pace is a bit more considered than the first game. Ondrej looking there for a stroke, but there probably was room there to play, I think. We weren't on quite the best advantageous angle, but yeah, I think it's a lot really. Ball on top of him, and Tom didn't really capitalise. Maybe
1-love.
I'd actually call that an unforced error. So first blood to Ondrej. Ooh, don't see that off. Complete miss. Wasn't tight, just mistimed it. Clean strikes the ball as opposed to the end of the last one. Oh, which was obviously James was tired, but lovely taken drop there from Tom. And they're both quite measured. I wouldn't say it's sort of working each other out. Not uber attacking at the moment. Oh, a bit loose. See, Jonah Barrington I think was the man that always said you just got to get the ball back. And how true that is. You often see that somebody mishits the ball, doesn't really hit it very cleanly, and the other player isn't really in the position to take massive advantage of it, because it might be on top of them, and they end up straightening it up for you sometimes. Tidying the rally up. So not too much at the front. Waiting for the weakness. Oh, and then nice and tight, squeezed that well.
2-all.
So, not much in it at the moment. I wouldn't necessarily say anyone's better at striking the ball at the moment. Too early to tell, really. This is certainly a lot tighter than the last game in terms of the length. Well, I guess the middle bit was lovely and high, nicely lifted. attacking drive. Oh, nicely set up there from Tom. Kept the pressure on. And then
Right side, please.
played it comfortably.
3-2.
And that's maybe a difference between the last two players. And here is there's no panic in terms of playing the shots. Just sort of going through it, setting up the opportunity, then trying to win it. But if you don't, you continue playing. That's probably a good thing. Is again, you know, as a club player and lots of other club players, you often play shots thinking that's a winner, and then often in club standard it is a winner, but occasionally it comes back. We're all a bit still surprised. Oh, you got that back. Whereas at this level, you know, you've got to expect it when you're playing, to expect the ball to come back all the time. And it's just keeps applying the pressure on and off, tidy the rally up, apply some pressure, attack the ball a little bit more, ask the questions of your opponent, like that one there. Oh, it's lifting really well at the moment, actually, Ondrej. Bit of a hold. Haven't seen much of that from anyone. I mean, Ondrej's a solid player. He,
Yes, let.
yeah, it's like a let
Right
there.
side, 3-2.
Sometimes would like to see him attack a little bit more, use the front. But it's interesting, as I've said probably before, if you listened to our little mini broadcast on the PSL, you know, lifting the ball has become quite vogue now in some ways. Certainly more than when I was a junior.
4-2.
I seem to remember one of my coaches telling me off for lobbing the ball all the time when I was in trouble, which I kind of look back now and think it was a bit ridiculous. Yeah, it can be an attacking shot as well as a defensive one, if well executed. I mean, if brilliantly executed, no one's going to get the ball back. Anyway, again, we're seeing nothing massively adventurous from either player. They're still sort of sussing each other out. They're getting the occasional volley drop, but then straightens it back up again. Oh, that was a bit deeper there. Walsh was in slight trouble. Ondrej hasn't really capitalised on it. We're back into the rally as before. So as I was saying about Ondrej, maybe like to see him attack there. He had a slight advantage, could have applied just a little bit more pressure possibly. Again, that's Tom was under pressure, but what are we going to get here?
Stroke to Coolhurst.
I did think we possibly were getting one of those.
Stroke to Coolhurst, hand out.
So that was a stroke there.
3-4.
So Ondrej's dragged one back. 2-point advantage is now won. Mr. Walsh. So Mr. Walsh actually won 4 in a row. Yeah, that's the first kind of adventurous shot we've seen in the match there. From the boast from mid-court rather than driving it. But Ondrej was equal to it, didn't really fool him. Again, nice lift. Possibly been a bit higher. He always tidies up really well, Ondrej, if the ball is sort of out from the wall. Oh, a bit high there. Oh, he's got it back. Yeah. Oh. Yeah, the lift wasn't good enough, and it was a nice height there for Tom to play. It was a great shot, not taking anything away from Tom, but obviously it's a bit easier when it's just on your racket almost. So a little bit of tiredness that's starting to creep in because we've had some longer rallies. Still a way to go, and I don't think that that was out. I don't think the pattern of play is going to radically change at this stage. I think the thing about the best of three is that we're seeing, I think we're seeing players being more cautious invariably in the first game because they just don't want to lose it. I mean, if you go one down, you lose another and that's it, game over or match over. Oh, went for it and he got it. Didn't. So I was yakking there. That was a nicely set up point there by Tom. Applied a little bit more pressure, got the opportunity and then took it. Oh, that was a good stab drop. Not quite in the right place. He had the time there. Ondrej. Yeah, he's played it safe. Again, a bit safe. Maybe could have counter dropped that one. Oh, it's a middle. Will he make anything? No, it tidies it up. Oh, could be. Yeah, from there it could have been a stroke, but I suspect if we'd been on the wide it would have been clearer because we would have seen the gap between the two. From the angle we had there, it kind of looked like they were on top of each other. Sorry, somebody knocking the camera. Okay, yeah, that was nicely constructed there from Tom. Ondrej chasing the ball a little bit. So, 3 down. Oh, has a clear 3. That was a nice tight drive. And then applies a bit more pressure. Puts Ondrej under pressure, but he managed to scramble back a good length. Keep the pressure on. Yes, nice and tight. Oh, nice tight length here. Yeah, asks the question. It's better constructed. And Ondrej's on the chase. And nicely done. So Tom there was applied a bit of pressure earlier on. Didn't then force it, just kept it up. So Ondrej was chasing the ball, not looking for that out and out winner, but just keeping the pressure on, and then slowly the gap between Ondrej and the ball got bigger and bigger. Which then in turn takes the pressure off having to play a good drop or a great kill length or whatever the winning type shot you're looking for. Anyway, Ondrej's got one. There's a mistake there from Tom. Oh, nicely done in the back.
6-8.
I mean, I would like to see Ondrej just mix up with a bit more front court work when he's on the tee or at the front. rather than playing it defensively. Quite work, but it was good to see him have a go there. Oh yeah, not enough width on that one, or depth. I know it was played from behind, but needed a bit more. Might have been better to actually have lifted that one if he wanted to try and change that direction. So, at the business end of the game, Tom has a clear advantage here. Oh dear, it was a bit of vocal there from Ondrej, clearly not happy with that decision.
10-6, game ball, left side please.
But
10-6.
Ondrej needs to regroup here. It's difficult, but you've got to get that concentration back. He's facing game ball and he's 4 away from levelling that up. But you can see he's got a gritty determination in that face there, and from those last couple of shots, clearly feels aggrieved by that decision. Right or wrong. Again, really needs to attack that ball a little bit more, kind of half attacked it really. I wonder if he...
11-6, game to Chichester.
So,
Chichester
yeah,
lead.
at that point maybe the tidy up would have been better, because it was quite tight when he took it off the wall. But yeah, I just wonder sometimes if he hasn't got the confidence in putting that shot away from the volley drop really. Anyway, I'm just going to go off air for a second. Back in a bit. Okay, so we're just going to have a quick look at the last point there. So there we go. It was just probably too tight there at that point, as I was saying, and he really probably should have actually done what he's good at doing, which is tidying it up and pulling it back to the backhand, back corner. So, we're back to Mr. Wipey on court, doing a sterling job. I'm just going to go off air again, just for a second.
Chichester lead. 1 game to love. Level.
So we're back, and Ondrej all to do, or is Tom going to level the match with 1 rubber each? Yeah, that was good. So Tom there with a hold on the ball, and then he's given himself that little bit of extra space to then play a squeeze drop. Wasn't terribly low, but it was tight enough against the wall, and Ondrej was struggling. Off balance slightly, so couldn't pick it up.
To love.
Yeah, that was a nice volley drop there again. This is really where, you know, volley drops sort of open up your opportunities if you're able to get forward. Not necessarily a winner, but it does open up the rally, as we've seen for Tom. It puts you in the driving seat. Oh, went for it. But maybe feeling confident because stuff was going his way. He's one up, a couple of points up. Have a go. We've all done that. Blood rush. And it was, to be fair, only just out. Or down. Slightly better drop there from Ondrej. Yeah, nicely played. Now he should be doing something with that. Didn't really, it was a bit of a sort of nothing. Both didn't really hold it. Still on back. It's nice and tight. Forcing to the back. Now. Oh!
Down.
Well, I'm glad he had a go. I'm glad he had a go.
Hand out.
He was unlucky. I hope that doesn't mean he doesn't have another go. That's what he needs to be doing. And sometimes I think Ondrej plays kind of within himself. And could just up it a little bit on the attack, as I said earlier in the first game. Bit of raised tempo. Yeah, Tom, see, he's feeling a bit more confident. He's raised it, taking a little bit earlier. Oh, that's changing it. No. Thought he was going to play a drop. Unfortunately, put it back to where Tom was. That's good. Good tight rally. That's it. That's good.
Out.
Unlucky. Unlucky Ondrej.
4-1.
So, Tom with a 3-point cushion. Don't know why people say cushion. It's not a bit of soft furnishing inside. Quite a hot austere surface. Oh, good pick up there from Ondrej. Better lift, nicely in. A bit loose that one, yeah. Loose cross court gave Tom the opportunity to put that away. It's a good shot.
6-1.
Lots of space for him to play. He held on to it a little bit. Ondrej slightly went one way. Oops, someone's knocked the camera down. Sorry about that.
7-1.
So we'll just try and tidy that up in the interval. This is the perils of putting cameras up in the club in the gangway. Unfortunately, yeah, that's the third one now that he's put out. Normally he's really consistent with those. And the frustration's getting to him at 7 7-1. Oh,
And
lovely
out.
shot. That's what we want to see from Ondrej. Some more
2-8.
attack. That's probably what he needs. I mean, I noticed in some ways when he's got a bit upset, a bit angry, a bad decision or frustrated with himself, he kind of takes it more to Tom, really. Just seeing 2 glimpses of that. Maybe that's the thing. Maybe he's a bit too controlled sometimes. Easy to say from my position.
And out. 9-2.
And 9-2. All went for the biggie.
Down.
That's a nice drop. I think Ondrej was kind of expecting that to come back to him, and it certainly
10-2.
Tom was taking it in and looking like he's shaping up to possibly play the cross court.
Down. 11-2. Goes to Chichester.
Hey, there we go.
Chichester win. 2 games to love. 11-6. 11-2.
Let's hear it again for Tom and Ondrej. You can do better than that. Come on, people. There's sweating blood and tears out there. Nicely poised, 1 game all. Okay, don't overdo it. Thank you in the back row. Thank you. It's not nicely poised. Oh, point of partisanship. I love it. Okay. you're enjoying the evening's entertainment and the food, and just to make it a bit more exciting, don't forget there's a raffle next door. It's £2 a ticket or £5 a strip. Fantastic prizes, Coolhurst t-shirts, coaching sessions with forecasting, and lots of ticket fibre kits. So go get yourself a prize, buy some raffle tickets next door.
Premier Squash League, men's third string, Miles Jenkins from Chichester to serve. Joe Green from Coolhurst to receive. Best of 3 games, Lovell.
So we're back. It is nicely poised at 1 match apiece. Coolhurst Chichester. So what are we going to see here? Joe Green against Miles Jenkins. They're not too far away in the world rankings. I think Miles is about 183, and Joe, I think, is around the 150 level. So really very similar style players, and that was wonderful.
And out,
lovely. I couldn't work out whether Joe thought, oh, that was brilliant. Was that good? Was that good? It was so good. It was. He questioned it. Could it be that good? Oh, and a nice length there. Oh, so a very sprightly start there from Joe. Nice bit of attacking play. That was nice. As you can see, got our camera back. We've shot the person that knocked it over. Clearly not a sports fan. Slightly changed the angle actually as well to try and minimise people bashing into it.
Down and out.
Oh, couldn't do it twice in a row there.
1-2. Out. That's right. And out. 3-1. Not up. 4-1. It's just the way we do.
Yeah, it looks like someone has, as I spoke too soon, someone else has knocked a camera. Just saw them walk past. Good shot there from Miles.
And out, 2-4.
Seeing a bit more of the sky than we'd like to. So apologies for that. We'll rectify that again in the break. Ooh.
Yes, let.
Oh, what?
2-4.
Yeah, no, clear let there. So this game has definitely got a more upbeat feel to it.
Not up.
Now we've got a right-hander against a lefty.
3-4.
So Miles edges ahead. Oh no, sorry, I got that wrong. Joe Quick's ahead with 4. Miles is coming back into it, sorry. Unusual. To get more on the right-hand side of the court, but obviously with a lefty. That's kind of a backhand.
Down.
Ooh.
Hand out.
Difficult shot to
5-3.
play, just flicking it off the feet.
Down. 6-3. Down. 7-3.
So, sorry, I was just gathering my thoughts there. It's not really changed hugely in pace. Although now, saying that, we're floating view. It seems to me that, feels to me like Miles is the more kind of industrious, busier, scurrying about player. Joe is, maybe that's, his stride is bigger, possibly. Key to who's going to tire the quickest. Oh, a very high boast there. But he's back in. That's a nice drop there.
Hand out. 4-7.
Wasn't too loose a shot there from Joe, and he Miles took a half chance, I would say. High boast, will he make the most of it? Ooh. Holds it slightly. Tries to fall. Miles was equal to it and tidied it up nicely and then applied some pressure of his own. So now oh yes, nicely worked again. So
6-7.
Miles is able to bring back the deficit again as he did in the first few rallies of the match. But applied that pressure, a couple of drops, as I was saying earlier.
Out.
Well, and it was a tight ball there from Joe and didn't really make good connection with it there from Miles. But just coming back to what I was saying, so just those couple of drops, keeping the pressure up and finally getting the mistake. It looked like it was going to be down that, but he managed to get it, Joe. He's taking it in quite short, Miles. He's trying to volley up the court. I guess he decided he's going to take the game to Joe. So this is a less cautious outing than the first one.
9-6.
I don't think we'll be cutting back to that camera. That seems to be getting worse. I think since it's been knocked, it's apologies. It's now Showing us what a great job the cleaner is doing to the ceiling. Not. Well, nicely executed there from Joe. Two good drops. Again, same thing. Applies a bit of pressure. Waits for the person to retrieve. Keeps that pressure on, but not going absolutely crazy trying to get the winner.
Hand out.
Low. Too clever there. And we've all done that. You get carried away. You play a few. You think, oh, that shot's working for me. I think I'll try it again, and you can overdo it. And that was much simpler. I'm going to go off air. Forgive me, I'm going to go and repair that camera.
Coolhurst lead, 1 game to love.
So we're back. So Joe 1 up. Ooh, error. Ball on top of Joe, caught him unaware slightly.
Not up.
Oh, nicely executed there from Miles.
3 love.
So it's a good solid start, which is exactly what Miles needed.
Down, hand out. 1-3.
So Joe stops the rot. It's a bit loose there from Joe. Just got it back.
Stroke to Coolhurst.
Kind of hit back to himself
2,
there.
3. Down.
Oh, cheap point, really.
3 all.
Didn't take the volley. Chose to take it behind. Always puts you at that disadvantage. Oh, and that's a lovely,
4,
lovely
3.
drive there from Joe. And he's back up, having been 3 down. He's won 4 in the spin. Obviously a mistake and 3 really great shots. Oh, it's nicely got down low if you saw it. That's what you got to do. Saying I'm lazy like lots of club players, don't get down enough to play drop. It's nicely straightened up there by Miles. Oh, good attempt, good shot. Oh, I think we know what that's going to be.
Stroke to Chichester. Hand out.
It's just too tight there from Miles for Joe to retrieve.
4 all.
Oh, good. I don't think Joe thought he was going to get that back.
5,
It's
4.
nice and deep, but he did. So I realised it was still in play.
Out.
Oh, unlucky.
6, 4.
Crowd urging him on.
Down.
Oh, so Miles has just
7,
been a
4.
little bit more accurate there, but a bit tighter. Oh, and that was a nice volley. Not enough width there from Joe.
4.
And Miles has got a good reach on him.
Down. Hand out. 5, 8.
So from one extreme to the other, lovely shot, and then maybe forcing a little bit too much, possibly at that point. More percentage would have been probably better. It's a nice boast there from Joe. Asked the question, and lovely.
6, 8.
That was nicely delayed. He held the ball, looked like he was going to play it down the line on the back, but then just pushed it across as his opponent started to move towards him.
6, 8.
So satisfying when you can do that, when you can watch your opponent go the wrong way because you've lured them in. And it doesn't happen very often because obviously the opponent's always behind you half the time. So I always think the tennis players have a massive advantage. They can see their opponent the whole time. So you know, in theory,
And
there's no
out.
excuse for not putting
9,
it in
6.
the furthest point away from your opponent. Whereas obviously in squash, you're never entirely sure where your opponent is. It's half the game you're in front of them. Joe under the cosh. But nicely tidied up, he's back in. Miles, he's trying to step forward again. I was going to say he had stopped doing that, but he's now trying to step forward. It's a good long,
Down.
nicely tight, good angle.
Hand out. 7,
Got his
9.
body around, so he's able to play it into the sidewall from the front. It's a good return serve. That's a good tight length. Joe managed to put it back. Switching Joe there to his backhand. Oh, it's a loose one. Oh, he's fist pump. Really like that one. I mean, it was a good shot across the body.
9.
Always risky. The margins between amazing success, and there you go. And he's fired up and turns it back with interest.
10,
Shouts
8.
at Joe
Game
back
ball.
in his face. Great to watch. Is he waiting?
Yes, let. Second attempt. 10, 8. Game ball.
just staying in there. Managed to get it. Oh, it's back at him. Possibly the wrong shot there from Miles. Not tight enough. Straightened it up. Still in momentum with Joe. Oh, and yes, he executed it well.
Hand out, 9-10. Game ball.
So, match ball, I think we'll find. Oh no, game ball. Sorry, got that wrong.
Down.
Sorry, my mistake. Just getting carried away.
All, a player must win by 2 points.
Not that I'm biased. So here we go. Can Joe bring this back? Miles be desperate to win this point. Oh, it's looking tight. Lovely. It's not quite tight
Hand
enough
out,
from Joe
11-10.
on that counter drop. He was being stretched there from Miles. So it's another opportunity to square it all up. Oh, put it the wrong way, and it's 1 game all.
12-10.
I'm just going to disappear for a second.
Chichester. 1 game all. Thank you.
So, all square in the game, all square in the match. Who is going to take the first advantage? Or second advantage, actually. Nicely finished off there from Miles to go 1 up. So that was quite a sprightly first rally. I think we'll probably see both players go for it. Goes with the half volley off the feet. I think that should be a let. Yeah, I mean, it was a tight drop. I mean, there was a little bit of blockage. I mean, it wasn't going to be, match winner, but the line was restricted. He wasn't fooled one way or another. It was going in the right line. Oh, I think we know what that one's going to be. So, takes a 2-point cushion. Oh, there I am. One with the soft furnishings again. It was a lovely floated ball. Quite a difficult position. I mean, it was a good shot. It kind of didn't quite come off as he expected, to his advantage really, coming off the side first, almost a trickle boast volley drop. You know, often that can happen, can't it? I mean, we've all been there. Your opponent mishits the ball, and it's quite frustrating. Little Joe extending nicely, staying strong, and I mean, both players look as tired as each other. I wouldn't say either of them look shattered. Not sure that the strength is going to come in. Well, that was a nice deep length cross court. Like a double bounce, yeah. Mistake there from Miles. Just pushing it, I think, really. I mean, you want to throw that in every so often. I mean, poor guys, no one can really seem to please me there. I mean, got Ondrej for not attacking enough and saying that Miles is attacking too much, and brought Joe in there nicely, and then just simple. So it's that fine balance between, well, it's making the right decisions really, which is always difficult in any sport. Are you know, do you attack? Do you defend? And I guess that marks out really great players in any sport from the average. So yeah, that looked pretty convincing stroke there. Okay, sorry, just called away for a second, sorry about that. So, Miles 6-2 up. Joe not looking as collected as he has been in the first two games. I mean, even when he was facing game ball in the last one, he was looking much the cooler. Body language was less uptight here. He's looking a little bit concerned. But he won that one back. Yeah, let ball. I mean, it was a tight drop, but he was blocking the line there. But I can't see Miles playing a winner from that position, even if he got there. So much less of the floating, I would say, than there was in the last game. It's been a bit flatter, the length. The hard nor floated. Oh dear. Unlucky there from Joe. Oh, sorry. Yeah. So picking up a lucky one. Oh. Occasionally, Miles has put that backhand drop away, and that was unforced there. That was just normal play in that one. The 2 or 3 times before, I felt was forcing it. Little bit of exchange there, but that was a lovely tight, a bit of interference. He played through it. and played a nice tight ball. Sometimes that works really well for you. Your opponent isn't expecting you to do well because of that interference, and often can relax. But it just shows it's worth playing, and I'm a big fan of playing the ball rather than looking for the let. I speak at the wrong moments always. That was obviously a stroke. Let ball. I think it's a let ball. We don't need to have the conversation, I don't think, at this stage, but they both seem to want to. Obviously getting to the emotional roller coaster moments of the game. It's all lovely, tight. Miles tidied that up nicely. Oh, and he's got the advantage. Oh, well picked up from Joe. Looked like he was completely out of that rally. Oh, and he's done it again. Flicked that across. He's done that nicely a couple of times. Hasn't always worked. It's a good drop. Can he make the most of this? He has. He's fired up. And so are the crowd. They've become alive at last. I have to say they were a bit subdued throughout this, a few foot calls, but they're really getting into it now. Joe's a big favourite here, and people really like watching him play because he gives it all. He puts everything out there for you. Oh, and he's played it down. Oh. Again, you know, that backhand drop, it's been a bit hit and miss, and looking more miss at the moment for Miles. There's a tendency, obviously, to tighten up when you've got a suspect shot in your mind. Not that I'm trying to put it there, but he may well be thinking, "Oh, doesn't work for me. Can I run it?" Looks like interference. Oh, it's a bit of argy-bargy now. Not happy, Miles. So, referee very firm there. Staunton here is reffing, and Paul is marking. Bit of interference. So let's hope it doesn't get too ugly. I mean, a little bit of exchange is good for the crowd, but you don't want it to affect the game. Oh, it's a nice boast, good pickup. Good length, he has his advantage. Lifts to get out of trouble. Now goes on the attack, and it's a great job. Yeah, I think that was good. It was a nice drop. So nicely poised. This is good entertainment stuff. You know, squash, you cannot beat squash for entertainment when it gets like this. Such a great float. It's been working for him all day, and it's put him in trouble. Don't think that's going to be a let. Oh, he's not happy. Needs to calm down. Regroup. Sound like it's probably what his parents are saying. Regroup, Joe, regroup. Anyway, so Miles, match ball to go 2-1 up. It's a good draw. Oh, and he's done it. He's done it. What a great game. I'm going to leave you there for a second while I go and say, well, thanks.
Let's hear from Miles and Joe. What a cracking game. Squash just doesn't get any better like that. I love it. So Chichester take a commanding lead of 2-1 of the daggers of my opponent. We'll be back, don't worry. Don't rest on your laurels. Okay, don't forget, you can go, there's a raffle next door, go get your tickets. Also, there's a bucket of balls, guess the balls, and there's a fantastic prize to win there. I say fantastic, I have no idea what it is, but it's usually brilliant. Go and refresh those glasses.
Adrian Waller against Tim Vail. Really intrigued to see this one. Tim is a really considerate player. I mean, he's a really good thinker in terms of the game. What he lacks in terms of the youth and fitness, he makes up in guile. Up against a good straight hard hitter of the ball in Adrian. So 2 up to Adrian already. Super shot. I mean, that's what I say. It looked like nothing was on there and came from nothing, and he looked like he went the whole swing as if it was a normal shot. He's just changed his head round angle and produced a winner. And it'll be interesting how many times he maybe catches Adrian out. He's used to more standard, straightforward play. From the rest of the players on the tour. This is the great thing about PSL. I mean, it throws different people up. With the PSA, you're always kind of getting people who are ranked playing somebody similar or just above them or whatever. Whereas PSL is just throws up lots of matches up. As we saw in the first one, we had in a mean way, had an amateur player, but he doesn't play for a living, so he did really well. Just that lack of training probably for Jamie that kept him out of that match. And he can't train because he's working. It's there from Adrian. It's a fairly crisp plane. Oh, that's lovely. Nicely finished off. So Adrian's got to watch out. He knows that if anything's loose, he's going to be punished. Nicely retaliated there from Adrian.
And now 4-3.
So, just up. It's a bit tough at the moment. Yeah, that looked open, nicely struck that one. Quite a wide swing, bringing the arm right back. It's a bit loose, that one. I guess Adrian didn't want to play that in case he was in danger of actually hitting Tim. I don't think he was looking for fishing for a stroke there. Oh, again, nice crisp on the backhand. Not many players do that at any level, really. Just straight volley. It's a harder shot, much more strength required in the arm. And even going for the sort of cross-court net. Yeah, so Adrian's just keep those rallies going really, because I suspect the fitness will be telling. But in some ways, the best of 3 is a better proposition for Tim. Again, playing a nice one, but again,
6-4.
in the way slightly. But Adrian has such a massive reach. Sorry, just had to go there. We were talking food. Always, you know, very few things are more important than squash and food. Clearly, is one of them. So 7-4. Oh, mistake there from Tim. A bit early in the match to be playing. I don't think he's tired. I'm surprised there. So percentage this man. He does actually train a lot of the kind of younger guys like Miles, I believe. So it helps coach them. So he must be used to playing with young whippersnappers, such as Adrian. Quite crisp stuff, tight stuff down the left-hand side. Obviously, it's Adrian's forehand. He's a lefty. 2 in this team. Lovely. Really just held it slightly, pulled Tim in.
9-4 from the right, Adrian. Adrian. Forgive me. 9-4.
So just going to level up there, which side he was supposed to be in. Drive. Oh, unlucky there. Went for the biggie at the end. Do forgive me, I'm just going to disappear.
Sorry there.
Okay, we're just going to have a quick replay there. Here we go. Oh no, sorry, it was my fault. I cocked that up, and we're on at the moment. You can probably see. And that was the game ball. So he went for the biggie, and unfortunately put it down. So sorry, I'm just going to disappear again. Okay, so that was I have to say that was a bit quicker than I thought. I mean, Adrian was pretty clinical. Oh, he's gone for a biggie again. Didn't quite put that one away there. Probably got the advantage. So I'm speculating that Tim might now go for his shots a bit more when he gets a half chance. Brought him in. Yep, nicely constructed there.
Quiet, please, gents. 2 love.
Rowdy crowd here at Coolhurst. Lock up your daughters. Not really that sort of crowd. Nicely done, Tim. Adrian was moving around there, but he's now bounced back. He's trying to take the ball early all the time, Adrian. I mean, he's got such a phenomenal reach. And obviously,
3 love from the left.
early taking of the ball is just going to keep the pace going, which Tim won't like. I mean, you know, it's what the pros all play at the top end of the game.
4 love.
Oh, sprung the wrong way, but he's back into it. Covered very well there, Tim. Oh, it was a great drop. Good reaction drop shot there.
1-4.
He's got such great control with that racket. So what can Tim do here? Can he go for those shots, I think? And this, he's got to do something like that, because there's no way he's going to outlast Adrian or out-hit him. So he's really got to apply all his wiliness. Hold the ball more. Play at the unexpected. Like that, across the body. Oh, good get. And again. Oh, no. No on this player.
And out 5-1.
Oh, didn't quite work out for Tim there. It just bounced out. Okay, Trid acknowledges he's a bit fortuitous there. So Adrian now has a 5-point, I'm not going to say cushion. Must be some other word I can use. Standard lamp, I don't know. Rocking chair. Something like an advert now for DFS. So this is pretty safe stuff from Adrian. Not doing anything fancy. Oh, it's unlucky. I think Tim is starting to feel it. I mean, Adrian has just been relentless, really. He hasn't done anything, as I say, fancy, but he's just kept the pressure up. Kept going because he knows that Tim will tire. Oh, magic. Thought he was going to go down the line, but he whipped it across for the nick. And I guess he needs another 5 of those, really. Oh, nicely done. Adrian replies with his own trickery. Kane didn't want to overdo anything, even though the ball was very loose, just to keep the pressure applied. Tim, oh yes, I mean, it's great to produce. I mean, I was joking about producing 5, there's 1 of the 5. I'm not sure how many more he's going to pull out. Adrian's slightly overextended himself there, Adrian. So a rare, I'll have a go. I won't play the safer shot. Oh yeah, and Tim's back in. You see, it only takes a few. He's had 2 great shots, 3 great shots there. Oh, gone again the other way, whipped it across. Does that very well through the legs. Oh, great. I mean, he is pulling out the magic. I mean, he has to do something like that, really.
6-8.
Just see how Adrian reacts to this, because, I mean, you would say, well, just continue doing what you're doing, but will he panic at all, or worry about Tim getting some shots and building confidence? So that was a lovely hold. So Tim acknowledging that, really. So Adrian 2 away from match. Good pick up. It's fortuitous from Adrian. And momentary lapse there.
And out 7-9.
So Tim brings it back within 2, considering he was 5 down. Loose there from Tim, trying to keep the pressure up, taking it early. It's a combination of a reasonably accurate shot and I think tired legs.
Match ball.
So match ball. Will he put the first one away? No, it was good attacking return there from Tim.
Yes, there.
Yeah.
10. Match ball and out.
There's enough room to play it, but better for safety. Love that shot. Takes it across. Great. Oh, again. He's got 3 or 4 winners from that shot on both sides there.
9-10.
And it's been
match ball
on either side where he's just playing a shot. It looks like it's going to be a normal drive. Is Adrian going to step up? Take the ball that bit earlier, I wonder. At the moment, you'd have to say Tim was slightly in control. And Adrian was chasing a little bit more. Oh, again, pulled out 2 kind of experienced shots, I would call.
10-all.
Kept their pressure and it's gone to 10-all.
To win by 2 clear points.
So He looked down and out. He's brought it right back to 10-all. Credit to the man. Adrian looks like he's attacking a little bit more, trying to go for it. Oh.
Stroke to Chichester.
Could this be... Okay. Well, I would say an upset. It's not an upset in some ways, but I wasn't thinking that it would come to this, that Tim would have the game ball. Being match ball down. Adrian in trouble. Oh, the wiliness pays off. What an excellent shot that was at the end.
12-10, game to Chichester. One game all.
So he went for those shots. I mean, you'd have to say under those 11, he probably had, I would think, at least 6 were just clear winners that he went for something. So credit to the man.
One all, Chichester to serve. One love. Love all. Because you're so old, Tim. Love all.
So, crucial. Decider.
No leg.
If Tim wins this, then Chichester have the match. If Coolhurst win, then all to play for in the last one.
Two love.
Yes, there.
Yeah, a little bit of
Two love.
blockage there.
Two love, left, yeah.
So what's Tim going to do? Is he just going to go, I'm all in, and go for every shot? And what will Adrian do? Will he step up, try and take the ball a bit earlier, exert more pressure? Or is it going to be a combo of the two then? So certainly that seemed to be a little bit further up. Knows he's got to play it accurately to stop Adrian from being able to take that ball early. He's looking for height at times, but obviously if he gets it too short, then it's perfectly poised for Adrian because he's such a tall guy. Oh, unlucky.
Four love.
Everyone went to being entertained by his comments.
4 love.
Yes, let.
4 love.
So Adrian's got to maintain that concentration focus if he's going to take it in early. Not saying he didn't in the last one, but maybe there were a couple of points in there that he wasn't quite as punchy as he had been. It's a nice float. Oh. We all hate that when it pops out of the corner. It's a lovely, lovely weighted shot from Adrian. You know, in a situation like that, you know, there's real temptation to just absolutely willy the ball, and actually, if it doesn't hit the nick, it's actually giving you your opponent an advantage because you're off balance, and they're just using your pace to return that ball. Oh. It's tight, but that looked more like an error really from Adrian. Yeah, nicely. Yeah, so Tim didn't get enough height on it or put it away from Adrian, and Adrian just didn't gain a partial hold there and sent Tim the wrong way. So 6-1. He's gone for that kill drive. See, floating it up nicely. That's weaker, but it's tight enough. It's a lovely tight shot there from Adrian, but Tim able to play the cross court. Oh, that's nice. So it's just the relentless pressure and pace that Tim is now struggling with. He's going for that shot, or he's trying to float the boast in, which is often the better one. You just float it so it just dies off the front, rather than trying to smack it. Oh, unlucky for Tim there.
9-1.
9-1. So, can Adrian convert this one? I think he did get to this position before in the last game. No, not 9-1, but it was 9-7. He was first to 9, which is in the home straight, as it were. So both playing it safe down the front hall, looking for the opening. Oh, that's that nice off the feet half volley. I love those shots when they work. I guess you don't look so smart when it doesn't work. Certainly I don't look so smart when it doesn't work for me. Turns it. Oh, that's a super lift there from Tim. Well played. And that's it. So it is 2-all and all to play for.
Okay, let's hear it for the Wilde team and Adrian. I've just been asked to remind you, if you haven't had your food, don't get it. It won't be served from now on. So this is your last chance to get your raffle tickets. And guess how many balls are in the bucket? They're not my balls. They're lent to us by the club. So last game, it's all to play for. 2-2. Is this exciting or what? Oh yes, it is. Oh yeah.
So I don't know if you heard that, but the referee getting a bit carried away, wanted to bring it back to 5 games. Whereas we're, of course, best of 3. So it's the decider. Not ever seen Alison play, so not quite what to expect from her.
Not up. 1 love.
So there's a reasonable difference in the rankings. Hayley's around about 43, I think, and Alison is 83, I think, 84. Alison, the younger girl. I was going to say in the black, but that would be a bit useless for you. So Alison in the white skirt, pink shoes. Hayley in the black and the orange laces, I think those are.
And out, 1 all.
Crisp affair. I think Alison was expecting Hayley to call for a let there. I half thought she was myself, but obviously, being honest, didn't think she was anywhere near it. Good to see. Oh, well
2-1, left box.
Hayley got herself into a bit of trouble, cleared nicely. And Alison just kept her cool and very good length. Didn't again try to overhit it.
Out.
Lunging a bit
And
too
out,
much
2 all.
there, overstretching slightly. So 2-2.
Down.
Good tight length.
3-2.
It's maybe where Alison so far has made a few mistakes at the back. And she's won through good shots or construction. So
Yes,
maybe a
leg,
case that
3-2, left
Hayley's
box.
decided to be a bit more kind of neutral, passive on this. Just keeping it tight.
Not up. Hand out. 3 all.
Oh, that was a service. I missed that. Service was out. Rare to see that happen at pro level. Someone serving that.
Yes, left.
Hayley looks, I don't know, just maybe looks a tiny bit
3 all.
nervous, maybe. I don't know. Might be misreading that. Oh yeah, pulled that around. Hayley was sort of
4-3.
not really probably far enough up. She was sort of hanging back, waiting for the ball to come back. So just over that moment of indecision from Hayley. Oh, good deep. Looked like it might go out at first. Played it across, tight enough. That's a great drop from Hayley. Good recovery there from Alison. Oh, superb. Yeah, Alison tried to get it. It was a great lunge for it, but that was a lovely,
And out,
lovely
4 all.
volley drop there from Hayley. Went exactly where she wanted it to. She fully committed. I mean, that's the thing sometimes, is people don't always commit fully to the shot because they're nervous it might go down. But she really committed to that.
No let.
Yeah, should look a little far
Hand
off
out,
there.
5-4.
It's a tight drop. Okay, so it's 5-4, pretty tight still. Just the 1 point in it. Tight from Hayley. She's querying the.
We have a doubt on that call. Play that ball again, please. We have a doubt on the out.
So yeah, they weren't sure.
Yes, that 5-4.
We did hear them whispering to each other. So. If ever in doubt, you should really play everything against you. Be a let. Oh, but that was punchy from Hayley.
And out, 5-all.
Just feel that Hayley could step up a little bit and take the ball a bit earlier. She's got the reach, she's got the shots. Oh, it's that irritating ball that pings out from the corner.
And
well
out.
played from Alison there.
6-5.
Again, did what she did with the cross court when she would do it earlier with the forehand. Is a measured shot and into the corner. That's all you need to do. Player is slightly out of balance, but that was a good reply there from Hayley.
6-all.
Nice and firm. Obviously been watching James Wilde in the first match. If you didn't see that, big hard hitter of the ball. Nice and accurate. I said earlier, it's where Alison has made her mistakes in the back of the court.
Down. And out. 7-6.
Again, committed to the shot. So still tight. Good volley.
And out.
Well squeezed.
7-all.
So I'd say that Alison is just a little bit inconsistent there with the misses she's had. And I don't know if that's focus.
Yes,
Yeah.
Slightly
Yes,
optimistic,
let.
I feel there.
7-all. Stroke to Coolhurst.
Off the sideball
8-7.
first there. Not good footwork positioning. So again, just a little bit of inconsistency. Half volley. Not enough on that one for the width. Floating, not enough.
Down.
Strike me as though Hayley wants to float the ball much. She's
9-7.
quite flat, and with the occasional hard one to the floor. Going for a winner.
Down.
Slightly wrong-footed drop. I think it's a little bit fortuitous there for Hayley. I'm not quite sure. She
10-7.
was sort of half
Ball.
trickle, half drop. But it was me. I take it. So she's powered ahead. Got the game ball. She's looking more relaxed actually, Hayley now. Hitting it well.
11-7.
Well played, Hayley.
Game to Coolhurst. Coolhurst lead.
As that
1 game to love.
went on, as I was saying, Hayley was getting more confidence, I think, hitting that crisply. And Alison was just being a bit inconsistent, I think. Although she played some great shots too. She was leading for about 3/4 of that game. Anyway, I'm just going to sign off for a second.
One game to love. Love all. Down. One love. Hand out, 1-1.
And we're back as Hayley wins that one.
Hand out, 2-1.
So Hayley 2-1 up. Sorry, I was away sorting out raffle prizes, as you do on a Friday evening. Good shot there from Alison. It was a great post to pull Hayley forward, and then
2-2.
have the opening. The cross-court lift wasn't high enough and wide enough, so she just really took a half step forward to put that one away. But it was really the initial post that dragged Hayley out of position, so she was struggling to play a good shot. So 2-2.
Down. Hand out.
I think probably
3-2.
pushing it a little bit there from Alison. Probably should have played a little bit more percentage. Loose from Hayley, but it's tied it up. Just back in the rally. Whoa, that was a great shot from running behind her. That cross court from Hayley. Opening, great drop, another counter. Oh, it's loose. It was a high counter there. And she was out of place. She was dragged forward. Not able to really play the drop she wanted to keep the pressure on Hayley. Hayley able to put it away with ease. Clinical fashion. Hayley, a few of Hayley's cross courts have been a little bit sort of middling. Not sure she's.
Yes, let.
Yes, let.
Tight.
4-2.
Not sure it was as clear cut as the shout from the referee came, but I guess you don't want to give indecision to in the minds of the players. Great length. Always it's unusual to see so many on the forehand. Alison wants to bring it back there. Is that a game plan? All down the middle. Maybe that was deliberate, because it was a great shot. Yeah, nicely, but it's a great lob. Lifting it nicely. Good drop. Pressure. Oh, there we go. Lovely. Again, it's just creating that opening.
5-2.
So 5-2. Hayley has got a 3-point lava lamp cushion. I can't think of another expression.
Down. Hand out. 3,
Good base. That was
5.
more of a mistake really from Hayley, I think. I mean, it was a pressure shot from Alison, but it was quite way down. Good hold, but Alison equal to getting it back.
Down. 4-5.
Not quite sure. I think maybe it was a pickup issue there that Hayley was trying to query. It did look good. So it's now back to 1 point. Yeah.
Stroke to Chichester.
So that's 3
5-all.
points in a row there. So will Alison carry it through to take the lead? Or will Hayley be able to regroup herself? Maybe play it a little bit straighter. Alison's going for an attack, which is good to see. Oh, she's going. Oh, I thought it might have got back, but that was good
Hand out.
from both players.
6-5. Down.
Oh,
Hand out.
didn't look like she did fully commit to that one. So it looked like it might have been a sort of afterthought shot. It was going for something else. They thought, no, I'll play something else. Won't play the length. Could be wrong. Looked like that to me. Cross court drop, hard to do. Not quite enough venom on that cross court drive. Hayley able to extract the advantage now. Oh, lost it. Go back to tidying up. Alison's attacking again. She likes to attack with that boast. Yes, that was it. Hayley looking relieved, I think, there.
Hand out. 7-6.
Alison just trying to regroup, gather her thoughts. Put in a lot of work in that last rally. Has done more work in this game than Hayley, I feel. Oh, well got, Hayley. Oh, an unlucky Alison.
Stroke to Coolhurst.
But really, I mean, Hayley had no choice there. I mean, she had to obviously go for the shot, and it was just it's unfortunate for Alison. And, she got it back, well retrieved, but obviously sort of spooned up, really.
8-6.
We've all been there. Doubly frustrating. Querying the, was it good at the front there? So, Hayley with the 2 points. And she's really focusing. Alison is, really does crisply hit the ball, and that's a great drop.
Stroke to Chichester. Hand out. 7-8.
She's back in it. Steely determination. Can Hayley reply? Well, that rotating. Oh, one down the middle. She kind of thought about looking for the stroke, I think. Or the let, sorry, I can't look for a stroke, obviously can only look for a let. But then played it. It's difficult, isn't it? Do you commit to playing, or you don't want to be...
10-7, match ball.
Match ball. Sorry, I got distracted by yet another competition I've got to sort out. Alison's playing it with safety. Oh, say that, and she goes for one. And again, yes, I mean that was a good. I mean the first one was an attacking shot, but not overly attacking. It was nicely measured, and then the next one was tighter, and the last one was even tighter. Perfect, you could say, really. So we should all learn from that. Good scramble back. Well played, Hayley. Kept in the game there. Kept in the rally there. Oh, and it's come out in the middle. She's okay. She got away with it. Boast attacking one. Oh, it's quite high. Oh, she thought about the stroke. The let. Let's keep doing it again. Oh, well run. She okay? Oh, what an amazing rally to end on.
Match to Coolhurst, 2 games to love, 11-7, 11-8. That was really good of her to look to call.
Let's hear it again for Hayley and Alison. Let's hear it for all the players. Have you had a good time? Good. We're back here on the 11th of January for our next home game, so put it in your diary. We have 2 more bits of business to conclude, the raffle and the number of balls. Would someone like to help me draw a prize raffle? Here, Mike, as the losing manager. Give some winning feelings to someone else. So the number is number 71. First out. 71, well done. What would you like? Would you like that, or the 2 Sunday sessions with Paul, or a t-shirt? Let's draw the other one while we're waiting. What do you want? Yeah, this one. What's the next one? Sunday sessions with Paul. Perfect. If you'd like to give your name to Giles in the back, he'll sort it out. He's in the back room, he's on the bar. Are we drawing another one? Okay, the last one is for the t-shirt.